Hi, I'm backstage with one of the show's counsellors, Ricky. Now, when we talk about guest problems and situation, one thing that often crops up is boundaries and the lack of them. And we often see the damage that a lack of boundaries has on relationships. So, Ricky, this is a really common problem. So what I wanted to do is start with the definition of boundaries. What do we mean by that?
A psychological boundary, or any boundary we set, is where we put a limit on what it is that we like, want or need in life. So you get groups that set a boundary about what it's OK to have happen in a group, like even a group of football supporters will have boundaries about who they can talk about, who they can't talk about, for instance. Right. And then, you know, you have a couple and they will have their own personal boundaries. And then you have individuals who have their own boundaries.
But some people don't seem to have those boundaries. Why not?
Well, often people who aren't setting firm boundaries and consistent boundaries have insecurities or self-esteem issues whereby they are caught up in the guilt of saying no. That's how you tell when someone has very poor or weak or inflexible boundaries, when they feel fear or they experience guilt when they want to say no to something which they really don't want to do. OK,
so let's give some examples of some good boundaries you can have in a relationship that will keep your relationship on track.
Well, one can be the fact that it's acceptable to text me during the lunch hour at work, but whilst I'm working in a call centre, making loads of other calls, texting me is definitely out of bounds.
OK.
Another one would be it's OK to talk to certain people, or it's not OK to talk to certain people.
And things like it's not allowed, I don't want you calling me these names, or I guess another boundary is I never want you to raise a hand to me.
And that's it. And people who aren't using their boundaries will just say it's OK, yes, that they had a reason, they had an excuse for what they did.
Because keep letting people off.
Yeah.
So what happens when those boundaries are completely knocked down one after the other? What happens to a relationship?
Well, I wouldn't say there is a relationship, you're just entering into pure abuse.
Thank you very much, Ricky. So, as you heard from Ricky, set some boundaries in your life and stick to them. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.